What's up, folks? It is Tuesday, November 8th. It is almost 3 p.m. at this point. It is election day, so make sure you get out there, vote early, vote often, kids. Alright, let's jump right into our Week 9 recap. We had a pretty good week in the YOLOFISH FFL. Let's start right off with the first game. It's going to be Johnny Sokol taking on Walter Camacho. Walt pulls out the victory in this one, second win of his career here in the YOLOFISH. He was powered by, yet again, his Titans. Marcus Mariota with 34 points, DeMarco Murray with 17.5. Over on Sokol's side, not a ton great going on, really just Winston and Allen Robinson. Winston at 27, Robinson at 17. Only put up 112 to Walt's 126, so close game, but Walt pulls it out. Our next matchup is myself, your commissioner, taking on Jack, with myself pulling out the Monday Night Miracle. 145 to 132. I was powered by Russell Wilson, who put up 30 points last night on Monday night, as well as Lights Camera Jackson for the Cowboys, put up 29.9, just about 30. Over on Jack's side, disappointing, not great. Big day for Matt Ryan, who had 36 points, obviously. A couple of other guys in double digits, but really not what he was looking for. Moving on now to Patrick defeating Danny Jensen by a score of 123 to 114. Pretty close game, 9 points, whatever. Pat was led by Frank Gore with 20 points, Jason Witten with 26, and won despite having Landry Jones in the lineup, who didn't play for Pittsburgh and put up 0 points. For Jensen, Tyrod put up 27, Kaepernick put up 29, Dwan Harris put up 20, and those were the only players that had double digits. Everybody else really sucked. As wide receivers, Jeremy Maclin and Marvin Jones had 0 and 1. So, good looks there, gents. Moving on now to our Katie Cummings division. McAllen, 153, Coyle, 105. Bit of a surprise in this one. Coyle only putting up 105. I believe that's low on the season. But McAllen getting the big win, moving to 8-1. He was powered by Drew Brees, obviously, with 33, and Melvin Gordon at 37. Very impressive day for Gordon. On Coyle's side, really only had your boy AR12, Aaron Rodgers, put up 32. That was about it. A couple other guys in double digits, but nothing serious. Moving on now to TJ beating up on Ryan. TJ breaking the 200 mark just barely, 201.8 to Ryan's 168.6. Interesting to note that Ryan would have beaten anybody else in the league except for TJ this week, but that's who he played, that's who he lost to. TJ had a ton of guys score big points. I mean, Eli Manning 29, Jay Ajayi 21, Julio Jones 24, Jordy Nelson 18, Jimmy Graham 29, Mike Evans 35. It was really an impressive day for TJ's team. On Coyle's side, not terrible. On Ryan's side, not terrible, like I said. Put up almost 170. Big days from Blake Bortles, junk time, per usual. Ezekiel Elliott got in the end zone twice. And then lots of guys in double digits, but just couldn't pull this one out over TJ's 200. Finally, in our last game, we had Cole beating Sean McGrath by a score of 133 to 111. Cole was really powered by Ingram's 33 points, and Phillip Rivers had 22 for him. A couple other guys in double digits, only 2 other guys in double digits, I should say. So not a great day for Cole, but enough to get the victory. For McGrath, he had Michael Thomas at 21, Golden Tate at 19. Those are really his only high-scoring performers. He too was a little bit worse for the wear at the quarterback position. Played Sean Hill, who wasn't in the lineup for the Vikings. So that tells you where he was this week. All right, moving on now to our MVP of the week. It is going to go to McAllen's Melvin Gordon. 196 rushing yards, 65 receiving yards, and a rushing touchdown. Puts him at 261 all-purpose yards and a touchdown. Good enough for 37.1 points. Very impressive day for Gordon. And finally, our Monday Night Miracle is going to go to your commissioner, Russell Wilson. I was down by about 30 and change going into last night. I had Russell Wilson and Mike Gillisley going. I was projected to lose, I think, by about a dozen or so. Russell Wilson puts up 30.3 points. Mike Gillisley follows with 10.6 for the Bills. Their commission pulls out the victory and moves into the playoffs. All right, now on to everybody's favorite segment. It's going to be your Week 9 Power Rankings. Again, a bit of a change on the top here as McAllen beat up on Coyle, and he does move into that number 1 spot, sitting pretty at 8-1. He's 3 games up on the playoffs, I should say, with 4 to go. So I think he's in a pretty decent position right now. TJ with the victory also moves up to number 2. He's at 7-2 right now. Only 7-win team in the league. Pretty good there. Coyle drops to number 3, so not terrible. Still in it. Ryan's going to hold steady at number 4. Cole's going to move up to number 5 thanks to his victory. Jackson moved up down to 6 because he lost to yours truly. Jensen, tough loss. Didn't have a lot of guys. So he's going to stay pretty steady at number 7. Patrick with a nice win. Going to jump 2 spots up to number 8. McGrath, tough loss, going to move down to 9. Your commissioner with a nice win this week is going to move up to number 10. Sokol, who lost to Walt, is going to have to drop to 11. And Walter's going to sit pretty there, number 12. Only 1 game out of the playoffs in the Brookwild division. So really anything could happen at this point. That division's still pretty much up in the air. And Katie Cummings, everybody's still in it. McGrath and Cole are clearly at the bottom, but they're only a game and 2 games out, so anything can happen with 4 weeks left. Alright, I think that's all I got for now. Everybody get your waiver wire claims in. We're coming down the stretch here. We got 4 weeks left of the regular season before we go on to playoffs. Quick note about playoffs. Ignore ESPN's projected playoff bracket. We have a custom playoff bracket because we have the 2 divisions set up. The top 4 teams from each division make the playoffs. They have their own bracket, just like the NFL was the AFC and the NFC. We have Brooke and Katie. So all the Brooke teams will play each other, all the Katie teams will play each other. The 2 winners from each division then move on and play in the championship. For those of you asking, tiebreakers go first head-to-head, then head-to-head to who you're tied with, obviously. That's the A tiebreaker. B tiebreaker is total points 4. C tiebreaker is divisional winning percentage, and the D tiebreaker is divisional total points 4. If we get past that, we'll figure something else out, but chances are we won't get past D, if anything. I will post the updated bracket with our current teams and standings and whatnot on Thursday's preview. Other than that, that's all for now. Peace.